Hey everybody, it's Rez. I just wanted to come on here real quick and talk about what I thought about the new Chance the Rapper album, The Big Day. Now, I don't want to speak too much for the lyrical and musical content because, a lot of it for me was either annoying or forgettable. These aren't supposed to be on me. A few good tracks, but nothing that I would seek out, you know what I mean? Today I want to focus a lot more on trends, mindset, intentions that may have been had during the album's conception. And I want to express that all of this is purely my opinion. Okay. Now, let's start. My first criticism of this piece of work is that it is just so surface level. Like, you have a long running time, an hour and 17 minutes. That's a long ass time. And yet it feels as if he didn't feel the need to dive a little deeper into the concept that he chose. Like, marriage can be a very, very good concept, for an album when done correctly. But it feels to me like he just, went in splash, thinking it was going to be easy, and in doing that, it seems he's tripped over himself because, it kind of feels much like the album cover. He just sticks a bunch of these, cheap, what are studs? He glues these cheap studs onto this plastic CD and calls it perfect. And, of course, it's not. He puts so much emphasis on, the idea of being married. But being married isn't the whole relationship, is it? You know what I mean? Marriage is just a piece of paper, and relationships, all relationships, romantic or not, are hard. It's not clear-cut. It's not a perfect union. No one is meant for each other. Love is proximity and work. And if you really wanted to showcase that in an album, why not talk about that stuff in detail? Because you definitely have the time to do it. Or why not talk about, the person that you're with? I mean, we don't learn anything about his wife that doesn't, preference some surface level stuff, like where they met, or where she lives, or the fact that she gets pregnant, the fact that she looks good pregnant. There's nothing of her, nothing of her personality, nothing of the way that she affects him emotionally, nothing in detail anyway. This bitch could quite literally be anyone at all. I'm not trying to diss the way that he's chosen to express himself, but you would think that he would have a lot more to say about a relationship that spans so many years. And the thing that really grinds my fucking gears about this album is that it's so clearly pushing a narrative. He only wants to show the good. And if is life that good for you? And if it is, ew. If your life is just this perfect little fantasy, I don't want to listen to your music. That doesn't relate to me. That doesn't relate to me. That doesn't relate to most people. And that's probably why it's gotten such poor reception. Nobody wants to hear you yodel for an hour about how perfect your life and wife are. Nobody. I've seen articles talking about how this album is an advertisement for marriage, and I'm just like, really? Because I see of it as more of a vehicle for self-masturbation. And if it is an ad, or if it was supposed to be an ad, it's false advertisement at best. It seems to me he wants to be congratulated for being married, for being a Christian, for being a popular rapper. Honestly, just for existing. He wants to be congratulated for existing, because there are so many skits on this thing that just make me cringe so hard that my entire core turns into a black hole and just sucks the rest of me right up. So much self-congratulatory nonsense. It doesn't make any sense. One thing I also noticed is that throughout the duration of this album, there's a whole lot of repetition to the point where it starts to seem like he's just trying to fill up time. And then when he does rap, it's posturing or just stuff that just doesn't even mesh well with the concept of the album, let alone the song that he's singing. And and I have to wonder why he's chosen to do it this way. I mean, he frames all of this stuff as if it's just the deepest shit on earth, but the depth is just not there. There's nothing poignant about this album, in my opinion. I mean, there's nothing to hold on to. In my humble opinion, there's nothing of substance here that makes you think or even feel. Like, I felt nothing but annoyance listening to this album. This album is a whole lot of nothing dressed up in pop culture clothing. And that leads me to this question. Who was this album for? Is it for consumers? Sure, if consumers like detached pretentiousness. Is it for his wife? I don't think so. I don't think so. If it was that personal, that only his wife could bump it, I don't think he would release it to the public, or at the very least, it would have been good. Is this album for his ego? Ding, 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 ding. I think we have a winner. It feels like he's using his wife as a beard. Not merely paying homage to his relationship, but using it as a tool for legitimacy. Whether this legitimacy is in the eyes of God or in the eyes of his ego or for some other reason such as money or image or blah blah blah, whatever. I guess we'll never truly know, but one thing we all definitely do know is that Chance loves his wife. I would love for that to just be the end of the video, but I do have some things to say about some of the comments that I saw Chance make on his Twitter. Chance, if you're listening, please understand. You put this album out to the public and you got criticism. That's how this works. I mean, I understand you probably make your music for yourself and maybe you don't think our opinion is worth a damn, but this is what comes with the territory. So you should try to take it with stride, because when you come back so hard like that, it makes you come off really defensive because you're trying to address everyone at once when all of us are saying wildly different things. Yeah, some people are going to make you feel like shit and like lower than shit because those people are just like shitty people and that's the internet. But I think maybe you should try addressing some of the legitimate criticism. Or maybe surround yourself with less yes men, because I have to say, man, this album, it reeks of self-importance. Reeks. Please use this as a springboard to do something better. Please. Because this album was not it. Alright, that's it. I'm done talking. Y'all have a good day, okay? Goodbye!